right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really something. Knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets from New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go? To meet the Mets! Oh, they're hollering, they're cheering, and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets! All the fans are true to the orange and blue. So hurry up and come on down. Cause we got ourselves a ball for the Mets of New York town. Give them a yell! Give them a hand! And let them know you're rooting and you stand. Come on and meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really something to ball. Knocking those home runs over the wall. The east side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Of New York town.
Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and we're bringing you the 1969 Mets replay. We're using Payoff pitch in this one, and it's going to be Bill Hands versus Tom Seaver. Welcome to your home for chat, tutorials, strategy, history, reviews, news. Let's see if I could freeze that sound. Tips, unboxings, Topps baseball cards, rants, and much more. And we're about to start the game. The lineups for the visiting New York Mets. Mets are 13-10. They're second place in the NL East behind the Pittsburgh Pirates. Their manager is Gil Rogers, and it's going to be Gasper leading off, playing center field. AG is still nursing, I believe it's hamstring injury. Second baseman Kenny Boswell, batting .286. He's in the second spot. Batting third is Ron Swoboda, 8 RBIs, batting .210. Batting cleanup is Cleon Jones, the star offensive player for the Mets, at .360. Eddie Kranepool batting fifth. He's got 11 RBIs, .284. Batting sixth is Jay Martin. He's the catcher, batting .242. Seventh is the third baseman Kevin Collins at .175. Again, he's filling in for Ed Charles. Al Weiss, the shortstop, at .222. And then Tom Seaver batting ninth. And Bill Hands versus Tom Seaver. Hands was 20-14 with a 2.49 ERA. Tom Seaver was a 25-7 with a 2.21 ERA. Tom Seaver is pitching the best against the best of the best in every outing. So he faces the ace of the opposing team every time he goes out. So we're about to get started. Here's the roll. The way you do payoff pitches, you add the 2d6, and then you read the 2d10 like a black first. That would be a 90. So it designates an area of the pitcher, and then you look in that area on the batter. You got 4 main areas: wheelhouse, patient, tough, and in play. And then, of course, if it's not in those sections, then you look into the out section. Now we're going to play chartless. We're using the fast action deck. So it's going to be a 6. That's tough. A tough 19 against a righty, and that's going to be a strikeout. So high fastball gets Gasper. Okay, it's not reading it because I didn't set this up properly. There we go. All right, Kenny Boswell. That's going to be a tough out, 89. That's a ground ball. Second baseman Beckert. 2 down. And it's Ron Swoboda. 2 up, 2 down for Bill Hands. 3 is patient. A 20. Patient 26 is ball fourth. 3-2 pitch. Outside. And Ron Swoboda walks. Cleon Jones. That's an 8 is in play 56. And let's say pop up to the right side and over Spangler. And he makes the catch, and that retires the side. Let's leave 1 score, none. And at the end of half inning of play, no score. It's got a little bit. I don't know if we're going to be able to do this. Let's check. Let's see if I have sound on this thing anywhere. Using a. Okay. I have some buttons on top. Oh, wait. All right. Now that's funny. Let's get something else going here. That was funny. I get a little crowd sounds in the back because it's a little bit quiet. A little bit like a pet cemetery. Just trying to get a little bit of noise in the background. And this is an older iPad, so it doesn't, respond all that well. Let's see if we can get that. Okay, I got something going here. So short delay. Just trying to get a little bit of sound in the background because it's really, really quiet. And then I have to try to find the sound. I think I found the sound. Okay, great. Great. I found the sound, how to raise and how to lower it. I didn't know where that was before. Okay. So it's going to be Don Kessinger leading it off for the Pirate, for the, I went blank, for the Chicago Cubs. And it's going to be Kessinger shortstop. Oh, that's loud. There we go. And it's going to be a little bit lower than that. That's good. Kessinger leading it off at shortstop. Batting second is Glenn Beckert, second baseman. At third, in the third hole is the left fielder Billy Williams, batting .337. Ron Santo, the third baseman, at cleanup. Batting fifth is Mr. Met, Mr. Cub, first baseman Ernie Banks. Batting sixth is Hundley, the catcher, Randy Hundley. Batting seventh is right fielder Spangler. And batting eighth is center fielder Don Young. And batting ninth is Bill Hands. Here's a pitch from Tom Seaver. That's a 4. That's a patient 42. And that's going to be line base hit. Base hit to right, Swoboda. Plays it on a hop. Gonna try to get a lead with 4. Nope, we don't get it. Glenn Beckert is going to try. What just happened here? Oh, what just happened? Okay. Oh, that's not what we wanted. All right. I see. Okay. All right. Hold on 1 second. I had an issue. Got one. All right. Okay, so that was going to be an out for Kessinger, and we're going to have a base hit for Beckert. Single for Beckert, an out for Kessinger. We had a little issue. So runner on first, Billy Williams. That's a 6. That's a tough out. We tough out 40. And the tough out 40 is going to be popped up right side. Second baseman, Boswell is there. Ronnie Santo. And that's a tough 18. And that's strike 3, and that retires the side. All right, we go to Eddie Kranepool. Leading it off for the Mets. That's a defensive check, so we're going to pull a defensive card. And it's a potential third base. And Santo, I believe, is a 1/53, a 3, which is a 1/53. And he is a 3, 1/53. We roll a 65. So that's lined and caught by the third baseman, Ron Santo, for out number 1. Next batter is J.C. Martin. A little bit of light here, additional light. That's 11. That's a tough 48. And a tough 48 is line base hit. Base hit for J.C. Martin. He singles. It's on at first. Excuse me. Just going a little bit. It was not red there. Let's turn it around. Got it. My iPad was running out of battery. All right, Kevin Collins. Kevin Collins only had 40 at bats, so he's here for the early part of the season, and then we won't see him anymore for the rest of the season. That's a 9. A tough out situation. 29 is a strikeout. Collins strikes out. For out number 2, J.C. Martin. On at first base with 2 out, and it's Al Weiss. That's a 9. That's another tough out. A 22 is strike 3, and that retires the side. So Hand strikes out the last 2 batters, and we go to the bottom of the second. Pitch from Seaver is a 5, a tough out 42, and that's a strikeout. So Tom Seaver blows a fastball by Ernie Banks. That's a 4, a patient 92, and that's popped up left field. Cleon Jones is there, puts it away, and Al Spangler. The 7 is in play, 49. And that's a fly ball in the gap, left center field gap. Jones after it and makes a nice running catch. And that retires the side. Tom Seaver leading off the top of the third. Tough 55. Seaver is a 3, so tough 55 is a strikeout. 1 out. Gasser. Switch hitter, batting from the left side. That's a ballpark 13. Going to give us a 1/24 hit, and we roll a 42. It's a ground ball third base. 2 out. Kenny Boswell. Mets don't have a lot of power. 6 tough 62. Let's see, a tough 26, excuse me. A tough 26 is a strikeout, and that retires the side. Boswell goes down swinging, and it's Don Young, the pitcher, and then the leadoff. It's a 7 in play, 80, and that's a fly ball center field. 1 down. Gasper squeezes it. 11, Wheelhouse 97. On the 3-pitcher hitting card is a fly ball deep right field towards the track is Jones, and he makes a catch. Top of the order, Kessinger. Kessinger was robbed of a base hit because of an issue, technical difficulty. 11, Wheelhouse, 22, Wheelhouse, and that's going to be line drive base hit. There you go. Kessinger, you get your base hit this time. Glenn Beckert is next, 2 out, 1 on. That's an in-play 85. And it's a ground ball, shortstop. Weiss flips to Boswell, and that retires the side. Ron Swoboda leading it off for the Mets, top of the 4th. No score. This is mostly how every game is. That's in play 0-7, and that's going to be line base hit. Frozen rope to left. Williams plays it on a hop. And leadoff batter is on for the Mets, Ron Swoboda. Now, he doesn't have much speed, only had one stolen base. Leon Jones doesn't need much help to hit. That's a 9. That's a tough out, 55. And that's a fly ball right field. Towards the line is Spangler. Makes the catch. Eddie Kranepool. Kranepool is holding his own here early on. Defensive check. Let's see what that's going to become. It's a range second base. Becker at second base has what kind of a range? A B range. So it's pretty good. 1 to 36. We roll a 48. So that's a ball he's going to get to. Let's see what happens with that ball he does get to. It's a line out. A line out to Becker. So it's L4, and that's out number 2. And it's J.C. Martin. In play 0-6, and that's going to be a little flare that's going to drop in front of Spangler. And going to third is going to be Ron Swoboda. So we got runners on first and third. If Swoboda, I know, is a 6 or better, he's a 7. So with 2 outs, he goes automatically, moves up. Kevin Collins. That's an 8 in play 22, and in play 22 against a righty. Oh, it's nowhere near a hit. And that's going to be a comebacker to Bill Hands, fields it, throws out Collins, and that retires the side. Billy Williams leading it off in the bottom of the 4th against Tom Terrific. It's a tough out, 0-6, strike 3. Williams down swinging. Curveball gets Williams, fools him. Ron Santos, 7. In play 69. It's a ground ball, second base. Nice hop for Boswell. 2 down. Ernie Banks, right-handed hitter. In play 50. And that's pulls one sharply to third. Collins, long throw to first. That retires the side. Twice here in the top of the 5th. Bill Hands on the mound for the Cubs. And that's a 76 patient. Fly ball center field. Tom Seaver next. In play 89. And that is a ground ball. Bouncer to Kessinger. Fires to first. And gets Seaver. Now it's Gasper with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, and that's fouled back, a souvenir for a lucky fan. It's a 6 tough, a tough 0-2, and that's strike 3, and that retires the side. Mets are really struggling with the bats, struggling to get something going. Bottom of the 6th, but then again, you could say the same about the Cubs. That's a 5, a tough out, 93, and that's a fly ball to left. Right there is Cleon Jones. Spangler, that's an in-play 83. And that's a chopper to the second baseman. Boswell off balance and throws out Spangler. 2 down. Next is Young. Don Young. And it's in play 0-6. That's line. Base hit. Oh, my goodness. Wait a second. And that's going to roll to the wall. Around second is Don Young. On his way to third, the relay not in time. So it's a 2-out triple for Don Young. So he hit that right on the screws, and it rolled past Cleon Jones all the way into left field corner. And that's a 7 in play 0-6. It's a triple. Holy smokes. 2-out triple, and now it's the pitcher, Bill Hands. It's a 3-pitcher hitting card. So this would be really unlucky if Hands got a hit here. That's Snake Eyes in play. Oh, 13. Oh, my God. No. Ground ball up the middle and through. Base hit. 1-0. The Cubs are up Holy smokes. Oh, my God. Against Tom Seaver. Snake Eyes in play 13. In play 13 is a base hit single, ground ball up the middle, right beyond the outstretched glove of Weiss, the shortstop. Gasper gets it in, and it's 1-0 Cubs here in the bottom of the fifth, thanks to Bill Hands, the pitcher. All right, top of the order now. Kessinger, who's hit the ball hard twice, once for a hit and once for an out. Kessinger, 7 in play, 22, and that's line base hit. And let's see, Hands should be a 6-speed, and he goes to third. First and third. First and third with 2 out, and it's Glenn Beckert. Beckert versus righties batted .284, so that's a Snake Eyes again. This time's an 81, though. So this time we're going to get out of this, and it's going to be a chopper to Weiss. He flips to Boswell, and that retires the side. But the Cubs in the bottom of the fifth pick up a run thanks to Bill Hands with a ground ball single up the middle. Kenny Boswell in play 87 is not going to help us out. That's going to be a chopper to second base. Beckert to his left throws out Boswell. Ron Swoboda. It's a 5, a patient 15, and that's ball 4. Swoboda's on at first, and we're going to get Cleon Jones. Let's do a hit and run here. 5, patient, a patient 95. Patient 95 on the hit and run section. This is the first time I had to use the charts. 95 is going to be, home run range. Home run range is 1 to 50 or higher. He's not 1 to 50 or higher. He is against lefties and not against righties. Otherwise, a deep fly to center field. Don Young to the track makes the catch. And getting back to first is Ron Swoboda. So Cleon Jones drives it, but just doesn't have the power. And it's going to be Ed Kranepool with a ballpark 11. So 1 to 45, and this ball's gone. And the Mets have the lead, and we roll a deep drive to right field. Spangler back to the track. That's gone. Eddie Kranepool puts one out of the park and gives the Mets a 2-1 lead. Huge. Kranepool shows up and drives a fastball, a Bill Hands fastball over the fence in right field, and the Mets lead it by a score of 2-1. J.C. Martin now with 2 outs. That's a 9. That's a tough out. 84. It's a chopper to second. Second baseman throws him out. Salvador, good morning, my brother. Good to see you. Salvador in the house. Mets are up 2-1. The bottom of the sixth. Tom Terrific, the franchise, on the mound for the Mets. 25-year-old. Pitching ace for the New York Mets. That's an 8 for Seaver, and that's a tough pitch, a tough 51. And that's a ground ball, pulls it to third base. Collins backhands it, long throw, and gets Williams. Nice play by Collins at third. Ron Santo, 1 out, bottom of the sixth. 2-1 Mets. 1 out, nobody on, 7. In play 50. And that's a ground ball, chop to third. Nice hop. 2 down, Ernie Banks. 10 is ballpark, 50. And that's going to be, 1 to 41. That was gone. And that's a deep drive, left field. Back goes Jones to the track, to the wall. That's gone. 2-2. Ernie Banks drives a Seaver fastball into the seats. And Tom Seaver wishes he had that pitch back. That was a 2-out home run by Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub. Randy Huntley, good power. That's a tough out, 0-7. Strike 3, and that retires the side. Kevin Collins leading it off here against Hands. Top of the 7th, that's pull foul. It's a 6 tough 0-4, and that's a curveball gets him. 1 out. Weiss in play 80, and that's a fly ball center field. 2 down. Tom Seaver. Tom terrific. 7 in play 65. He's a 3-pitcher hitting card. That's a chopper to second. Beckert throws him out, and that retires the side. Now it's going to be Al Spangler leading it off for the Cubs here at Wrigley. Bottom of the 7th, that's a 4. A patient 67. And that's caught by Weiss at short. It was an L6. So he timed it perfectly at shortstop. Don Young. That's a 9, a patient 80. And that's a fly ball on short center field, and racing in is Gasper, and he gets there. 2 down. Bill Hands. Bill Hands had an RBI single. He pulls that one foul. Let's say tough out in a 67. That's strike 3, and that retires the side. Rod Gasper leading it off for the Mets in the top of the 8th. It's a 2-2 ball game. 7 is in play 68. Is not going to do it for the Mets, and that's lined but right at Young in center. Kenny Boswell's next. In play 37. Let's say comebacker to Hands. Feels his position. 2 down. Ronnie Swoboda. 7 is in play 94. Fly ball left field. That retires the side. Squeezing it is Williams. Don Kessinger leading it off against Tom Terrific. A 6 is a tough out. 25 is strikeout. 1 down. 8, a tough 12, and that's pulled down the line to left field corner. Jones after it. Beckert is going to have a double, a 1-out double here for Beckert. So the go-ahead run is at second base now. Billy Williams. That's fouled. All right, here's the pitch from Seaver. That's a 7 is in play, and we just rolled a 25. That's line base hit. Now, will that score Beckert? And it does. 3-2, Cubs in the bottom of the 8th. Billy Williams comes up huge. Drives home Beckert. Frozen rope to right center field against Tom Terrific. So Santo up now. 1 out, 1 on. And that's a 6. That's a tough out, 26. And that's strike 3. Ron Santo strikes out. 2 outs now, and it's Ernie Banks. Here's the pitch. It's a 5. That's a tough out, 37. And curveball gets him, and that retires the side. Wow. That happened fast. 3-2 Cubs. So the Mets are down to their last 3 outs here in the top of the 9th inning at Wrigley Field. And it's Bill Hands versus Tom Seaver. So Bill Hands is the Chicago ace in, I'd say, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I think he was more of an ace than Jenkins, who lost 15 games. Well, Bill Hands lost 14 games, but the reason I probably say that is because Bill Hands' ERA was about 80 points lower. I don't have the whip, which is pretty important. I'm wondering what the whip was. But their percentage on walks was similar. Bill Hands gave up fewer home runs. All right, here goes Cleon Jones. 8 in play, 79. And that's chopper to short. Kessinger. Long throw and gets him out. 1 up, 1 down. Eddie Kranepool. Doesn't look good for the Mets here. 6, that's a tough 85, and that is a ground ball second base. 2 up, 2 down. So the Mets are down to their last batter. J.C. Martin fouls it off. And the 3 is Patient, a 78. And that's a fly ball, center field. Young settles under it, and that's the ball game, folks. Wow. So the win's going to go to Bill Hands. He's 1-5. That's his first win of the year against Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver with the loss falls to 2-3. MVP is going to be Bill Hands. Allowed only 4 hits and 2 runs. The Mets had 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Chicago had 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors. I love 1969. I mean, this is an easy sailing game. Very few substitutions. A lot of complete games by the pitchers. You get to know all the players. You know, I mean, Chicago's using the same lineup. They use it in the 3 games, pretty much. With very, little switching and so forth. In this game for the Mets, any bright spots? J.C. Martin had 2 hits, raised his batting average to 270. In reality, he was batted about 225. Kranepool had a 2-run home run, big home run. He's batting 282. That was Kranepool's 2nd home run of the season. That was his 12th and 13 RBIs of the year. Seaver gave up 8 hits and 3 runs. No walks, struck out 8. He has a 2.83 ERA. A little bit higher than in actuality. But the Mets are 13-11, and the Cubs improved their record to 13-13. So the Mets really struggled against the Cubs in this series. And the Mets move on now. Where do they go? This was a Sunday, May 4th game. Let's see. I don't have the attendance numbers on here. But the Mets in actuality were 10-14. In our replay, they're 13-11. So we're doing a little bit better than they did in actuality. All right, so this is a Saturday game. So we're going to have the Sunday game now against Chicago. So this is a 4-game set against the Cubs. The Sunday game is going to be Tug McGraw starting against Dick Selma. Let's take a look at Selma. Dick Selma, that's going to be an interesting game. I may play that before I go to work this morning. Take a little break, and then I'll leave about 8 o'clock. Against Tug McGraw. There you go. So that should be interesting. Dick Selma was 10-8 with a 3.63 ERA and 25 starts. Tug McGraw had 4 starts. This is one of his 4 starts. He was 9-3 with a 2.25 ERA. And let's quickly go over to the lineups for the Mets. And I guess this is it. CP Cards and Dice. You know, this is your home for chat tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history reviews, news, tips, unboxings, tops, baseball cards, and rants. I thank you all for stopping by and visiting. Al, Red Sox fan. Ouch, Mr. Cub goes boom. Yes, not happy with that. So, and that's all. This is a 30-minute game. We're at 33-40, so I'm going to cut it short. Thanks, guys. This is Payoff Pitch, and I'll see you soon.